Hi, my name is Mike Jones, and welcome to another episode of the Kansas City Woodworkers Guild's ongoing series of machine safety videos. Today's video will introduce you to the safety rules and requirements of the Powermatic 8-inch joiner and the Grizzly 16-inch woodworking joiner. Keep in mind that, like all safety videos, this video only covers the safety concerns of these machines, and it's not a complete training program for the use of this equipment. When in the shop, please direct any questions about using these or other machines to the shop foreman. He or she is there to act as your main resource to help keep you safe and provide advice in assisting you to successfully complete your project. And always remember, the most important of safety concerns is to wear approved safety glasses with side shields at all times while in our shop. Joiners are used to prepare stock for making joints by smoothing and flattening an edge or face of the stock that you're using in a project. Joiners have high-speed rotating knives that remove material from the bottom face or the edge of a board as it is pushed over the blades. Typically, a joiner is used to make one face of a board flat, straight, and smooth, and to make one adjacent edge flat, straight, smooth, and square to the jointed face. All of the joiners in our shop have what are called helical cutting heads with many small cutters mounted in them. These types of cutters produce a much finer finish on your project lumber and are therefore preferred over the 2 or 3 straight blades that are found on many joiners. The helical cutting heads also require less maintenance than straight blades. They stay sharp longer and produce a smoother surface because they're made of solid carbide. The joiner should be set to remove no more than 1/16 of an inch of stock in a single pass through the cutter head. Stock must also be at least 12 inches long or longer, and the width of the stock cannot be wider than the cutter head on the machine, 8-inch or 16-inch, depending upon which machine you are using. When joining your stock, make sure to start the attached dust collector before starting the joiner. This is done by using the provided fob or remote control device located near the joiner. Also, you should spend a moment to verify that the dust collector that you'll be using is not full and requiring service. If you're not sure how to empty an attached dust collector, please consult with the shop foreman. Examine the board or boards that you will be joining. Loose knots should be removed to prevent them from becoming projectiles that could injure you or another member. Any boards that could possibly contain metal objects, such as barnwood, need to be scanned with a metal detector and receive approval of the shop foreman on duty before being jointed. Also, remember that any treated lumber is banned from milling operation at the Guild because they've been treated with harmful chemicals. Make sure that you're using push blocks to remove your stock through the cutter, and double check before starting your cut that your hands will stay more than 3 inches away from the cutter head. Do not attempt to joint the face of a board that's less than 5/8 inch thick. Although the fence on the joiner can be tilted, we recommend that you introduce any angles to your stock at the table saw, the router table, or other alternate methods. When joining your lumber, make sure that guards over the cutter heads remain in place and move back to their starting position automatically after you pass your lumber through the machine. Always run wood through the joiner with the grain running parallel to the length of the joiner bed. Examine the stock for grain direction, warp, twist, burl, swirl, kink, and cup before joining. Each of these conditions need to be addressed using a different technique to be safely flattened. Never ever joint across the grain. This will cause tear out, and this may happen in an explosive manner. When straightening a cupped or bowed piece of stock, The concave face should be face down, and the humped or convex side face up. Always feed stock from right to left as you face the machine. When you're joining the face of a board, don't let your thumb or your fingers hang over the back end of a board to push it through the joiner. Always use push pads to stay safe from injury. Walk long boards through the cut and avoid applying pressure to the leading few inches of the stock, since this may result in tipping the board or your fingers into the cutter at the start of the cut. Do not back your workpiece out of a cut. Either keep going in the direction of the outfeed table or shut the machine off and lift your piece off once the cutter head has come to a complete stop. You may adjust the thickness of your cut by adjusting the infeed table up or down. Lowering the table will increase the depth of your cut. Denser stocks or boards that are approaching the maximum capacity of the joiner will require a less aggressive depth of cut. And you should remember that finer cuts will result in a better finish. The outfeed table on all of our joiners have been adjusted to provide the best joining result. Please do not make any adjustments to the outfeed table. If you find that the outfeed table does need adjusting, you should consult with the shop foreman. Once you have completed joining your stock, you should shut down the dust collector, turn off the joiner, and wait for the cutting head to come to a complete stop. Take a moment to check your work area, clean up the machine and the floor around where you've been working. This is Mike Jones. Thanks for watching.